welcome back to my channel. I'm Judy and I'm the running so-and-so, and I'm coming to you today with my very first pattern review. And I'm doing it today and I'm doing it tonight. It is 25 to 7 UK time on Thursday the 30th of September. And I'm doing it tonight because what else does an Atelier Brunette fan do? Ta-da! When Atelier Brunette bring out their very first pattern. They go into the stash and they find said fabric, which is the blue version of the one on the picture, and decide that they are going to make it to see what it's like. So I'm going to get myself ready. I am going to put the pattern together. I have printed it off as an A4 PDF. It is A4 PDF, so for you people in the US, just check your sizes, because it doesn't have the US A4 equivalent. I think you might call it foolscap. Please forgive me if I've got it wrong, but your A4 or your US printing size is very slightly different. But I think if you just get the paper and print it off at 100%, you'll be okay. I do like to send my patterns to one of the printing companies to print off at A0 size, and I'm sure that I will be doing that anytime soon. So I'm going to put the pattern together, thread up the machines, and I'm going to see if this is a top I can put together in an evening. Now there are two options for this. There is an option that is just turned over at the bottom with just a hem, or there is a ribbed version. Now I do have the rib, and ever since I cracked working with rib, I like to use the rib. But I'm going to have my dinner first, read the instructions. I'm going to come back to you because I think this is one of those really quick tops, so that when you're caught short on a cold night and you think, oh my gosh, tomorrow it's going to be cold, I need another top, this could be the one to do. I have been, and still am, a huge fan of the Isla top by Sewairy. This is one of my ultra favourite tops for work. I'm just going to go off on a tangent here and tell you that I've had a fantastic week in school. You've probably worked out that I like to think of myself as a bit of an action woman, and approaching 60 is kind of a mad thing to do. But we have got a forest school area in our school, and on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember which day it was, but the gardeners came and they lopped off some branches of our willow, which had overgrown. We should have had a willow arch in school, but it's all got overgrown over the years. So they took off all the branches, fell to the ground, and the head teacher said, well, we're going to get some snaps done of school. How about getting the forest school up to date? And forest school is my brief. Yes! I love forest schools. I love the opportunity for children to be able to work and to test themselves, and to think and to solve problems in the outdoors and using the outdoor materials. So I took out on yesterday, some of the 10 and 11-year-old children while they were in their elements, and believe me, they had to work out how to get these branches to stay together, and they had to learn how to weave the soft willow around so that it would form a knot to hold the two branches like at a cross, like so, and they'd never done it. Now I'm teaching them all the age groups from about 5 upwards how to hold the branches together, and they're absolutely loving it. They're weaving the willow in. It's going to look immense. I just literally took the branches apart, stripped off any willow, cut the stems into lengths, because unfortunately at the moment I can't let the children use the tools. Just for safety, it's easier if I do it. Well, the kids were like, well, what are we going to do? And I said, I'm going to cut the wood, you're going to make the shelter. And I just left them to it. So I'm dressed for comfort in school, and I've had a ball, and all being well, if it's not raining tomorrow, I'll get outside with the kids again tomorrow. We are having fun. So let me read my pattern, and I shall be back with you when everything's ready, and I'm gonna put it on time lapse and see how long it takes me to make this from cutting out to finished. And then together we can have a look and think, what do we think of this pattern? So I'm popping on quickly. I'm just cutting out the pattern now, and you've got two options with this jumper. You can have cuffed and uncuffed. Now if I just get the other piece back. So the piece I have here that's not been cut out yet, and I'm just going to bring it over a little bit to see if you can, down here at the bottom on the back piece is where you have the raglan. Now this is where you, oops, there we go. This is where you have the option to cut for view B, and this is the length for view A. Now, being a Yorkshire lady, I don't like to spend out that I don't need to. So, because I'm not tracing this pattern, because it's only 25 pieces, I've decided on this one I'm going to fold it back. But the bigger piece, the front, has an integral sleeve, just like the Isla top by Tessuti Patterns. And it's here. Let's see if I can get you on a bit. Hold on, I'm just fiddling around. Let's pull you down a little bit so you can see. There you go. I'm hoping you can see. Let me take these are the ribbing pieces, because I'm going to put ribbing on, because I have got the ribbing. But this is where I need to cut for the ribbed sleeve, and this is the one where you have the extended sleeve that is not ribbed. Now I'm going to redo this again, so I have a pattern piece with the unribbed cuff on, because the blessing of this particular pattern is that you can actually use it with a non-jersey or non-stretch fabric. And I'd love to make this top in Dobby Blush. I do believe that in my stash somewhere I have some, because I've made the Zadie jumpsuit in Cobalt Blue and edged it in, I think it's Cobalt Canopy, which is blush and cobalt binding. It'll be on my next vlog, but I'm rather hoping I could do like a Dobby top to go underneath the Zadie to wear in the winter months. And here goes with Mission Le Sweat. Oh, look at me. So here we go, I've got everything set up, fabric, ribbing. Let's see if I can make this in, oh goodness me, it's now 20 to 9. Let's see how long it takes me. I don't know if it'll take me a night or 2 nights. Let's see. So here we are. It is 2 minutes to 10. My sewing machine has been on because I have a clock. It says it's been on for 1 hour and 25 minutes. And I started playing around with laying out the pattern pieces for this at 7 o'clock. This is a lovely, lovely make. It is finished. The reason I've left the garment on the machine is that I know I have talked in the past about the free arm. And if you have a machine with a free arm, this is what you can do. And as you'll have seen, it literally just goes around like so. And especially with the stretch, look, there's my free arm. It is my version of the new and the very first Atelier Brunette pattern designed for a top. And you can do it with a French terry, a jersey, or you could even do it with a viscose, just any woven. Now, it is a boat neck, and I am very, very slender here around my neck, but I do have a slight issue with my arms being a little bit on the chunky side. Now, underneath here, I could have a scarf around my neck to give me a little bit of extra warmth if I wanted to. I could probably just get some contrasting viscose, or probably got some of one of these colours left in my stash from a previous garment, and just make one of those continuous infinity scarves and put that around my neck. So I have made version B, which is the one with the cuffing, and as you can see, I popped it on the free arm of the sewing machine and the cuff just went round. I'm going to go back to the beginning with this pattern. Putting it together was really easy. I trim the top and trim one side, and then I line it up and I use sticky tape. I don't know how everybody else does it. There's loads of different ways of sticking these things together. that was quick. Cutting out really easy because there's 4 pieces. There's the front, there's your back, because you've got your raglan sleeve. I hope you can see it. Just here is the sleeve. Where is it? Oh, I can't even feel it. I can't feel it. It's so comfortable. I can't feel the seam. There's a seam down there somewhere for the sleeves. There, that went together. So I cut it out 4 pieces. So there's the front, the back, and there's the cuffings. If you didn't do the cuffings and you did the version A without the cuffings, 2 pieces. But it has a bound neck. Now, those of you that will remember me doing the Breton tops, and yes, I've got 2 to finish. They are in the drawer to finish. Breton tops have got bound necklines. Now, I wondered when I saw this with a bound neckline, oh, will it work? Will it won't? It has done. And I've been very uncertain about this boat neckline with me being so slender, but actually I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm really liking it. So what you do need is binding. Now, I've just gone into my stash and I've picked up any binding, and I've got this one here, cobalt canopy, and it has got the cobalt blue here, there, and it's also got cobalt blue there. But with anything from Atelier Brunette, as I've kept saying, there's blush, and there's the blush in that. So if it does come flick forward, it will do. It will be fine. Now, this is a woven binding on a jersey fabric. Fine. And I tried it on, I sort of stitched it on with an ordinary straight stitch. No problem at all. So I've used cobalt blue thread to give it a little bit of a feature there. The sides met up beautifully. The cuffing and the ribbing. Let me tilt the camera down to the ribbing. Ribbing there went, oh, can you see? I don't know if you can see my mummy's had me there. But the ribbing here has all gone on beautifully. There was no overstretching, no nothing. I'll just see if I can go back a little bit there for you to see. It's really hard when you're on your own to try and film everything, because you're always looking at the camera and you're thinking, oh, I don't like that lump and I don't like that bump. But looking at it front on now, and I'll see when I'm actually doing the editing whether I like it or not. Lift it up again. But it fits. I'm using, as I say, I've used the Neroli French Terry in Night from Atelier Brunette. I had it in my stash. I saw it when it came out and I thought, oh, I love that. I think I must have ordered 2 meters for something else. So I've kept the scraps because I will just order some more to put into my stash. And then if I make a different project, I could probably order less and cut some of the bits out of that. If you wanted to use less fabric, you could, if you wanted to, put a back seam in. And if you put the back seam in, I reckon you could have got this with these cuffing bits out of probably just under a metre. And sometimes it's worth laying out a board on your floor or on your table if you just mark it with masking tape or pieces of paper, a width. If you say you had 140, so you've got to be 70 wide, just to see if you could actually get what you want to buy out of less fabric, which is why I've been going on Sewers Against Fabric Waste, which is a hashtag I really want to try and promote, so that we can buy the fabric we need so we are not wasting as much. This was in my stash, as I say. I've kept the scraps and I will use them. I could make a baby top with that. There's plenty there. Reflecting on this top, I absolutely love it. I don't feel like with the eyelid top, it's quite a batwing, but this is actually slightly more fitted. I mean, batwing was very prominent in the 70s and we used to get these big things up here. I didn't like them, but this, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not a top, not a neckline that I would really go for on myself, but I really like it. I feel it gives me a bit of a feature and gives me a bit of height around my neck here. So for now, that is my review. I would recommend this pattern. It went together easily. The neckline binding went on easily. The cuffing went on. The seams met. And when I'm looking at patterns, I like a pattern that is cut well, because then if it's cut well, it'll slip together. And a really good pattern in my eyes are the ones that just fall together. And this is one of those. I'm going to try and get this edited and up tonight because it's release day for this pattern and I've made made it, so I'm feeling really pleased with myself. And on that note, I will see you all again very, very soon.